Until it became independent in 1958, the Republic of Guinea was the overseas territory of French Guinea in the Federation of French West Africa. It lies north of the equator on the Atlantic coast of West Africa. Guinea has 200 miles, 320 kilometers, of coastline between Guinea-Bissau and Sierra Leone. It is also bordered by Senegal, Mali, Côte d'Ivoire, and Liberia. Area 94,926 square miles, 245,857 square kilometers. Population, 2020 est. 12,560,000. Land and people. Guinea has 4 distinct geographic regions. A narrow coastal plain borders the Atlantic Ocean. It has an average annual rainfall of 170 inches, 432 centimeters, and the average temperature at Conakry, the capital, is 79 degrees Fahrenheit, 26 degrees Celsius. The Fouta Djallon Plateau, which has elevations of more than 3,000 feet, 900 meters, makes up more than half of the country's area. It is cooler and drier than the coastal plain. The Sandstone Plateau is crossed by deep river valleys that contain rich agricultural lands and have a potential for producing hydroelectric power. Northern Guinea is a relatively dry, hot lowland that includes the plains of the Niger River. Along the Liberian border, highlands covered by tropical forests rise to 5,748 feet, 1,752 meters, at Mount Nimba. The headwaters of the Niger River are in these highlands. The major ethnic groups are the Fulani, Muslims who raise livestock in northern Guinea and make up nearly 40% of the population, the Malinke, farmers on the Fouta Djallon Plateau who make up nearly 25%, and the Susu, also farmers, who make up more than 10%. About 85% of the people are Muslim and 10% Christian. In addition to the official language of French, 8 official national languages are taught in the schools. Economy. Agriculture is the mainstay of the economy. It employs more than 75% of the labor force and produces about 20% of the national income. The principal staple crops are paddy rice, cassavas, sweet potatoes, yams, and corn, maize. Guinea imports approximately 1/3 of its annual food grain requirements. Large herds of cattle, sheep, and goats also are raised for domestic use. The major cash crops are bananas, coffee, pineapples, oil palms, peanuts, groundnuts, and citrus fruits. Timber resources are used mainly for fuel. The mineral wealth includes large deposits of high-grade bauxite, iron ore, and diamonds. Bauxite is mined at Fria, where the ore is converted to aluminum, and at Boki, from which it is shipped to Kamsur for refining. Bauxite is Guinea's principal export, and gold, alumina, and diamonds also are exported. Ventures to mine deposits of iron ore from the Colombe Peninsula, near Conakry, and high-grade deposits of the mineral at Mount Nimba are being developed. The government has joined with international partners for mineral development. Offshore exploration for petroleum has not been successful. Guinea has more than 18,500 miles, 30,000 kilometers, of roads, more than 80% of which are unpaved, and some 170 miles, 274 kilometers, of railways used for transporting cargo. A narrow gauge line links Conakry with Kankan, and a heavy gauge line links Boki with a deepwater port at Kamsur. Conakry, with more than 1.5 million people, is the capital and largest urban center. Kankan, which also is a major port, Labé, and Boki are major towns. History and government. Guinea was a French colony until 1946. When it was made an overseas territory in the Federation of French West Africa. The Guineans became French citizens but had their own territorial assembly as well as representation in the French National Assembly. In 1957 the territory held its first general election with universal suffrage. Both Africans and Europeans were on a single election roll. Guinea gained full independence in a unique way. Voters rejected the new French constitution submitted to the territories in a referendum on September 28, 1958. All other French West African territories voted to become members of the French community. On October 2 the Territorial Assembly proclaimed an independent Republic of Guinea. It drafted a constitution and elected Sékou Touré as the first president. Touré had been Secretary General of the Democratic Party of Guinea, which was established as the country's only political party. Under the Constitution, the 114 members of the One-House National Assembly are elected by universal suffrage. The president is head of state and government. Touré, known as the Elephant for his toughness, was the only candidate in the first 4 presidential elections. He died on March 26, 1984. On April 5, the army overthrew the government and the Military Committee for National Recovery took official control. The constitution was suspended, the National Assembly dissolved, and political organizations banned. The officers who led the coup, Lansana Conté and Diarra Traoré, became the president and the prime minister. In the power struggle that ensued between them, President Conté abolished the post that Traoré held. On July 4, 1984, while Conté was out of the country, Traoré led an unsuccessful military coup. Associates of both Touré and Traoré were sentenced to death in 1987. In 1991, Conté dissolved the military committee and appointed a transitional committee to lead Guinea to democracy. Conté was elected president in the country's first multi-party elections, in 1993, survived an attempted military coup in 1996, and was re-elected in 1998. Conté's death in December 2008 was quickly followed by a military coup led by Moussa Dadis Camara, who declared himself president and formed a transitional government. You can subscribe to support our channel and turn on the notification bell to be notified of new videos.